I'm a big part of this bodybuilding fitness world, and they haven't even seen the best of me. Not even physically or emotionally or spiritually. None of them have seen that, but that person has been in that shell, and I should have gotten out of that shell when the opportunity was there, and I didn't. I hid. I felt worthless, and that's not who I was built to be. I am standing on hell's floor right now. That's the flames that I'm standing on. When I say, like, it's no more like Mr. Nice Guy, no, bro, it's screw you, bro. I'm about to win the show. That's how I feel right now. I'm gonna bring my best. You bring your best. I beat you. You beat me. I shake your hand. I go on to the next one. I see you in Pittsburgh. You know, if we need to see each other again in the middle of the season, hey, I'm strapped. My boots are strapped up. I'm ready to go. You know, and Hart knows this better than most of anybody. I have so much to give. My gift.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exclusive interview brought to you by the Men's Physique Show. Today, as always, I have my wonderful two hosts with me, rocking with me forever. I have Phil, the Australian voice of Men's Physique. Mr. Avomp is in the building. What is going on, Phil?
Boys, what's happening? E-Man, what's going on? I know we've been speaking for a while now, but to finally chat to you face-to-face in person to kind of dive into everything lifestyle. We know you got married recently, you know, bodybuilding, the work. So we're looking forward to really diving in with everything. So thanks for being on the chat, man.
Phil, man, I appreciate y'all having me today, man. It's been a pleasure to talk to y'all guys throughout the 2025 season and ups and downs and everything. Y'all guys still were there. I mean, y'all still are the men y'all are today. I mean, I really appreciate that, man. Y'all guys continue to get better, and I watch every show y'all put out, you know, and I have nothing bad to say about it, you know, and everything good. I mean, good information that I don't see, and I learn from it, you know.
Man,
means the world, man. Appreciate that.
Also joining us today, we have Masters Men's Physique Pro, Alim Bolton, but we like to call him the Gaffer. Alim, what's going on, player?
All is well, man. Happy to be here. Finally get an opportunity to see my boy E-Man over here, E-Hunter.
What's up?
We're like essentially two states, well, one state apart from each other. Actually, we're kissing
Yeah,
cousins.
dude, you only 2.5 hours away from me.
Man, next time you here in Atlanta, I know you were here a couple of weeks ago and I was out the country, but next time you here, we got to catch up and get a session, bro. Hands down.
I already blocked you. You had your window right there, man.
That's how you do me? Come on.
I was like, you know what? I hit him up. He wasn't in the city. When I get back, I'm just going to post that I'm there. So you got to see what everybody else see now, man.
Oh man, I got to get back in his good graces. So hopefully by the end of this show, I'll be back in those good graces. Let's see.
We'll see.
And last but not least, I got to introduce the man of the hour. An interview I know since we scheduled this, actually before that, I know all the boys are like, we got to get Iman on. We got to get Emmanuel on. We got to get this guy on. We have a very special Olympian. I don't say this very often. We don't have it very often. It's very rare, but we have a top 4 Olympian joining the Men's Physique Show. We have a guy that I've interviewed in the past and got to know in person, and a close friend of mine, Emanual Hunter, is in the building. Iman, what is going on?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Love to have you here, bro. Man, I got a burning question on my heart, Iman, because obviously last year at the Olympia 2025, I had you in the top 3. I'm always going to have you in the top 3 no matter what happens, bro. Your physique from front to back, it speaks volumes, bro. It speaks volumes. Seeing you place 4th in the past and seeing you drop outside of the top 10 in 2025 broke my heart, bro, because we all had you in that top 3-4 again. And I think 90% of the men's, if not more, I would say 95, 99% of the men's physique community as a whole had Iman either winning the Olympia, getting 2nd, or getting 3rd. I want to ask you, brother, because I don't think you've ever publicly talked about it. I don't think any one of your coaches has said anything, but the men's physique community really wants to know what happened last year at the brother.
Oh man, I got chills about to tell this story for the first time to the public. Man, I will say leading up into it, I felt great, you know. But again, you know, at times we get tired, you know, like, oh man, I've been pushing really hard, and But I fought through it, man. And about Wednesday morning, I think I can show y'all pictures and send y'all videos of what I looked like on Wednesday of the show. It was the best I ever looked, y'all. The best I've ever looked Wednesday of the Olympia that week. And then I get a text from my sister saying, hey, mom's in the hospital. And I said, how long has she been in the hospital? And she said, 3 days. I said, why ain't nobody tell me? They were like, well, you have the Olympia, so we didn't want to bother you. But I said, no, my mom is bigger than a show, guys. Like, y'all gotta let me know these things. And then now I'm extra worried because I'm in Vegas and she's back here in Alabama. And I'm like, I don't know what I need to do. So, I talked to my wife about it, and she's like, it's nothing too much. And y'all don't know my wife. She's straightforward. Like, and I think me being not straightforward sometimes, she's a I need that type of person in my life to like directly A to B, don't beat around the bush. And so I got in my feelings a little bit, I have to suck it up, and be like, hey, all right, I got you. I'm listening, so I try to get it out of my mind. I texted my sisters and getting everything situated and, like, hey, let me know if something happens. All in all, she was good. Slept really good Thursday night. Woke up Friday morning, after my tan and stuff like that. I woke up like, oh, I look good Friday. Like, I look good. So I can tell that I was still kind of flat because we were still depleting a little bit more. I'm sitting here and then I get a call. And I didn't answer it. And I knew the number, like, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, I'm focusing on the show. I'm less than 24 hours from my show. Nothing else matters right now. That phone number kept calling it. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, maybe I need to answer. I'm like, no, I need to go to sleep. It's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock Vegas time. So it's midnight back home. Uh-huh. So, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, I'm going to answer the phone. I ring again, and I just get the worst phone call where one of my other friends tell me one of my best friend killed herself.
No.
And I'm sitting here, like, my mind just, nothing else matters. But again, there's nothing I could do. So I'm sitting here like, okay, I sat outside for like 2 hours, just sitting here like, I'm not crying. I don't know what to do. So, and I immediately walked in there and told my wife like, hey, Jason killed himself. And I didn't know how to comprehend that, And so I had to suck it up, bro. I'm like, okay, I got to go talk to the coach. I didn't even tell my coaches. I didn't even tell my close friends. All my friends and family was at the Olympia, other than my mom and sister. And I have to fake it, guys. And like, I'm walking around the expo, like, because I had to be there because I'm sponsored by these people and I have to be there. I've signed a contract to be there. Like, it's business at the end of the day, but they can have their sympathy for me. But again, I signed the contract. I got a job to do. I don't know if y'all ever like been through that at that extent of like going to do something. It's almost like somebody in your family died the day before your wedding, and they were going to be part of your wedding. And so what do? So I sit back and I didn't think, and I was just going through the motions, bro. And last night I talked to me and my wife had a heart to heart, and like we let it out. Like I let my anger out. I let all my emotions out talking to her about things, and not one time did she try to emotionally fight me back. And it wasn't an argument or a disagreement or anything. It's me getting, like I told Hart this morning, I said, I got to get out of this shell. Like, this shell that I was in is dead, and the person that's inside of it wants to fight to get out of that shell, and I'm just locked in there, and I didn't know where to go and what to do, and y'all know me. I go to church, I pray, I have my relationship with God, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, God, what next? And he told me nothing. He said, nothing. Wait, be still. And I sat there and I was so still, and like I had to not bury those emotions down again. And like, what better time to slap me in the face to say, hey, it's time to level up emotionally on one of the biggest shows of my life, when my friend did that to himself, How do you respond to that? There's no answer. So you either you have sympathy for it, or you have a business mindset and say, hey, move forward. We got stuff to do. You got to pick that cross up and carry it. And that's the only thing that I could say to do is like carry these emotions and keep moving forward. And at some time of my life, I have to like kick it out. But it took me 3 months to like get a clear mindset. And my mindset was so blocked. I didn't post. I post a little bit. I didn't post like that, and I was on the verge of losing everything because of I lost something. And I thought to myself, I was like, damn, this is so selfish of me. The people that's depending on their leader is down. So that makes them not want to trust. Your security blanket is not all over them anymore. Everything is like, it's a whole different person. I was a whole different person and my wife wasn't used to that. And I explained it to her last night. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I just now realized this, and I literally, I told myself, anybody that's not pouring into my cup, I can't give anymore because I can't even give to my significant other because I've been drained from a death from a close friend. And I'm like, okay, I got to blunt words. I got to get my shit together because I'm not who I am. I'm not who everybody see me as, and I'm like, I'm a big part of this bodybuilding fitness world and they haven't even seen the best of me. Not even physically or emotionally or spiritually. None of them have seen it, but that person has been in that shell and I should have gotten out of that shell when the opportunity was there, and I didn't. I hid. I didn't want to face anything. I didn't want to do anything. I felt worthless, and that's not who I was built to be. And Hart knows this better than most of anybody. I have so much to give. My gift, it can bear in any soil. It can grow in any soil because I am consistent with watering whatever I plant. Sometimes it get exhausting, but I just got blessed with a pure heart, and I can't help that. I have a heart of a 6-year-old, and it's nothing I can do about that. I just love, and I care about people. So when something happened and somebody took their own life and stamped their own expiration date, and that hurt me. But it did show me too. It was like, well, for those 3 months, you were kind of dead to your family and friends because you wasn't Emmanuel. That's whatever you're doing, you're bleeding on everybody else around you because of what happened to him. And I had to come to realization and like, okay, I have to get back to me. If I don't, I lose everything. And the words that came out of my wife's mouth last night, and she said, I need Alpha back because this guy ain't getting it, and I appreciate her so much more there because sometimes people don't have the answers to give. And that's what I needed. I didn't need, I love you, baby. We're going to get through this. I need my man because we can't get anywhere with this guy. And I started thinking. I'm like, you're right. I missed who I was. I was this close, back-to-back years. And I was battling that emotion for 3 years. I mean, some people battle it the rest of their life. And I got scared. I was scared, guys. And I was scared. I was like, I don't know what's next for me. I mean, I was on the verge of like just giving it all up. Like, I don't care anymore. But I'm like, dang, I am about to literally detangle all the weeds and plant new seeds in a different area of my life. And all I have to do is just go cut the grass right here and I'm good. And I didn't realize it until I opened my eyes up last night and I was sitting there and she was telling me about myself. And I said, okay, you ain't got to say nothing else to me. I'm ready to rock and roll. I said, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get up I told myself, I'm getting up at 4. I don't care if I go to bed at midnight. I'm getting up at 4 and I will be in bed by 9. I told myself that and I executed that last night. I'm going to keep that going, even on the days I don't feel like it. Because I have to execute so much more because I have so much ground to make up. How am I going to make up 90 days from last year in 2026? I got to do it twice a day. And I did the numbers. I said, I got to do it twice a day. For me to catch up to these guys, to the Ryan, the Ali, and Brandon. For me to catch up, I have to do more than them. And I have to be more consistent than them because I have everything else. I can't wish on their downfall. I want to beat them at their best, you know? So here we are, and I'm sitting here. I'm out of my shell. So whatever y'all guys got for me today, I'm ready.
Hells yeah. Hey, first, Emmanuel, that impacted me so much, man, and it was so heartfelt. And we've all had to deal with loss before. In one way or another, family members or great friends. You know, I'm getting a little choked up just thinking about my own life and thinking about what you went through in Hart with his dad, and so forth. And I can tell, man, that it really shook you to your core, especially with, you know, what was going on with your mom. The combination was probably a lot to digest, especially with the emotions so high. You're in prep, you got the gear, you don't have your carbs right, emotions are all over the place. It's a big moment. And then this comes at you and the cortisol levels spike beyond belief, right? Beyond normal human being.
Bro, I went from 189 to 196.
Wow.
In a half a day.
Jeez.
In a half a day. I got into the sauna. 4 pounds came off, 6 came back.
Dang.
And guys, I was bone dry, like peeled.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember seeing photos leading up to the O, and yeah, he was absolutely peeled inside out. Like he had veins going up the abs, the works. But yeah, sorry, Alim, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one of my questions for you: how's your mom doing now?
She's good. She's really good now. She's really good now. You know, she called me laughing and having a good time and just telling me I'm getting too big, and she's saying she'll still whoop my ass if I try. I was like, come on. I'm like, I'm double your size. And I said, don't do that.
That actually leads me to my question, because everybody wants to know, where did you get these genetics from? Was it from your mom, your dad? Because your back, if not the best back in all of men's physique, hands down. Like in my humble opinion, you know, and I've said it many times on the show. We've all said it many times on the show. Like it's typically everyone's being compared to you when it comes to a back, and you can never have a big enough back. You know, I don't think that's possible. I don't think the judges are ever going to say
no,
it's not happening, right? but bro, you have the perfect combination of all the boxes that need to be checked: the density, the width, the striations, the vascularity, the muscle tissue itself, the maturity, the graininess. Like you just have it all. And when you come in peeled in condition, it's like nobody's beating you. Where are you getting those genetics, and what type of exercises are you doing or have been doing in order to develop those lower lats and those upper lats like that? Man,
I tell you this, like, dude, my mom's side of the family are genetic freaks. And I mean, I know y'all are in the anime. I'm a level 1 Saiyajin in my family.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
No kidding. Like I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I'm the Goku that got shipped away from home. Boom. You know, my power level was down here. And I worked my tail off to crack into those genetics. You know, because I'm the shortest person on my dad's side of the family. You know, all my uncles are 6'5", 6'6". You know, they're big humans. So if you really like look at me, I have really long limbs, long legs and long arms. My torso is really short, you know, but that comes from my mom's side of the family. Everybody is short and stocky. So I can't say I got like best of both worlds. It made me a tremendously really great baseball player, you know. But I mean, I would say about 75% of it comes from my mom's side of the family.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Wow. So 5'9" with a back like that.
So my training, I do a lot of pull-ups. My grandfather was in the military, so we did push-ups and pull-ups a lot. So I would say my back development has probably been there at a very young age. and without even knowing bodybuilding. You know, I didn't know bodybuilding until I would say 2014, 2015. And I only knew Jay Cutler and Phil Heath and Ronnie Coleman and the big names, the icon names, you know. And then I got into bodybuilding in 2018. And that's when I started finding out who all the people I know now. And now I've become fans of these people and they've become fans of mine. But I keep it simple when I train back, man. I keep it very, very simple when I train back. I deadlift, I heavy rolls, heavy pull downs, and then the little, I call them the cute machines. You know, I do my 4 big movements and then I go to do the little stuff. You know, now I'm at that level where they tell me, hey, you need to bring this up or you need to not detrain this and do that, you know. But again, I keep it very simple, guys. It's very simple. And people say, why don't you ever post your back workouts, this and this? Because I do 5, 6 exercises that's very boring. But again, I don't have to do that crazy stuff because of the genetics are there. I don't have to do all the crazy getting the bench and getting the dumbbells and all this. No, bro, that machine or that cable machine tell you exactly what it's going to do. You just follow what's on the script and you do it. And it works.
Spot on. And I feel like the rise of social media has kind of overcomplicated training for a lot of individuals because
it has.
You got your science-based lifters and you got people thinking of new variations and whatnot. And especially when you start in the gym, it's like you're kind of overwhelmed with what should I be doing? Like I've seen people who are 16 years old doing lat bias rows. I'm like, man, you got to grow the whole back. Like build the foundations first. Like when you're at a level like yourself, then you can start
deadlift.
Exactly.
I tell so many people, you want a big back, man, freaking deadlift, bro, and row. Your back will develop. And I say, if you want really good details, do a lot of pull-ups.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Keep it very simple. It's 3 little settings on that pull-up bar, and it trains 3 different parts of your back. And you can do that. And if you don't want to do pull-ups, find the machine that tells you how to properly train your lats. I mean, y'all are really smart. You don't need to. You can go to YouTube and find these things, but social media now is like so crazy where it's showing you 30 different things how to train your lats. I seen somebody pulling from the side the other day. I was like, what are you doing? I'm not mad at what you're doing. I want to see what you're doing so I can learn from it. But it kind of looks crazy. Why don't you just get a single arm and go straight down? I don't know what that train's pulling it from that way.
I've seen them all. Like I've seen variations where they grab the cable and they come around,
bring it all the way over. Yeah,
and it's like, and I'm with you, man. Like there's a reason why a lot of like even coming up through generations. Like if we talk about the golden era with Arnie and stuff like that, like they didn't overcomplicate training. They just lifted heavy, trained hard, and put in the work and kept it simple, kept it basic. And then you look at the physique that they were able to achieve. Now, like I said, you got so many different variations of different exercises and everyone's trying to overcomplicate things. And, especially when you're starting off, it's like you don't know where to go. You don't know who to listen to, who to follow. Do you follow the guy with the big social media presence? And are they the expert or whatnot? But yeah, coming from an Olympian like you with, like Alim said, like one of the best backs in the world, just keep it simple. I want to ask you though, you said you started getting into the gym in 2014? I
started I always worked out because I play sports. I always worked out. So I always been a fan of like just getting big. I want to get big, and I started like seriously focusing on my training probably around 2016. 10 years ago.
I was going to say, what got you into the gym? Was it because you had that sport background and it kind of was linked with what you were doing before?
Yeah, the sport background. And I mean, what got me into bodybuilding is I got done playing ball in college and I was going to this gym and this guy powerlifter was talking crazy to me. Because you got to think about it. I mean, you're a D1 athlete and you go into a regular gym, you still look completely different than everybody. And he was like, oh, man, who you think you are? I said, I am who I am. I'm just coming here. I'm training chest today, and he was like, oh, I can outbench you. You think you're big. I said, oh, I think I'm strong, but I'm not, you're strong. I can outbench you. He said, well, you ever thought about bodybuilding or powerlifting? I said, I don't even know what powerlifting is. And I was like, oh, he said, we do this. We pick this big. I said, oh, the strongman stuff. And then he was like, yeah, like that. I said, Yeah, he said, you think you can out bitch one of us? I said, who's the smallest guy? He was like, me. And this guy was like 6'5", like 300 pounds. And everybody else was like that big too. So I went in there and I was like, oh, yeah, I can bench. So we got up to like 315. And then like, I'm blowing. He was like, ain't no baseball player can bench like that. I was like, I've been working out, bro. It's like, I do this. So I got 315 and he went and did 315 and I did 325 and he went up to like 385. And I was like, man, I think about it. I was 22 I was 22 at the time. And I'm sitting here like, I don't think I can do that. He said, well, you got to do a bodybuilding show. I said, will you show me how to do that? And he laughed. And he's like, this division is classic physique and men's physique and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And dude, I went and I won, you know, and I can send y'all pictures and stuff too, if I need to. And I won. And then I went to the guys, they're like, man, you look great. Who are you? And I was like, E-Man, I live here. I want to, guess I'll keep competing if I'm going to keep winning like this, you know, and that show wasn't even a national qualifier. So I couldn't go to nationals. And so I went and did another show and I got second in my class and I was bummed. I was like, oh man, I lost, bro. And then I took a year off, completely year off. Like I just wanted to train. I said, I'll never be the small guy on stage again. I'll be the biggest guy on stage and I'm going to be the best conditioner. And so I did all my research. I researched Ryan, Sadiq, and Brandon. And this was 2018. So I think Brandon won that Olympia that year. The same year I turned pro. I turned pro at my third show. Well, I'd say my second show because the other show, it didn't really count because it wasn't a national qualifier. You know, so I got second in my class and I took a year off and then I went and turned pro. And that's when I started meeting all the other pros. I would say I met probably thousands of people over the years of like seeing my growth, because my growth didn't go from here to boom. It was very slow, you know, and it's still going that way. But yeah, to answer your question, man, I lost a bet and now I'm like one of the best in the world.
How crazy is that? Like the first kind of guys that you were almost looking up to were Brandon and Ryan. Now you're standing toe to toe with them on the biggest stage. Now
I'm standing next to them. Yeah,
on the biggest stage in the world. That would feel like so surreal, right?
Oh man, when I stood next to him and Ryan at the 2023 Olympia, I was like, I know I'm not there yet. I knew I wasn't going to win because they just looked completely different than I did. You know, and I'm looking at them like, dang, can I even get there? But I also got to think, I'm like, yeah, I'm going into year 8 of bodybuilding. They're going into year 16. And that's why I don't beat myself up or get mad at like when I lose against them. Hey, I'm losing against legends. These guys know the in and out of what detail will have to be done on for 20 weeks. They don't miss. And if I miss one day, they beat me. Like that's why it goes back to like, I got to do 2 days. I got to go twice for me to beat them. Cause I know down the road, I'm going to mess up somewhere. So if I'm doing 2, I ain't falling back too far. And I was this close 2 years in a row. I was this close.
Yeah. Spot on, man. I completely agree. And I feel like, you know, and one thing I said in our last episode was what happened. I mean, now that we know the story behind what happened in the 2025 Olympia, it's completely understandable. And the one thing that I said was you falling from 4th to outside the top 10 would have hit hard. I mean, now obviously knowing that there's more to the story, I mean, your priorities would have been elsewhere. But now, you know, 3 months after, looking back at it now, did it light like some sort of flame in you? Did it light some sort of fire in you to say, you know what, 2026 is going to be?
I am standing on hell's floor right now. That's the flame that I'm standing on. When I say like, it's no more like Mr. Nice Guy, oh, hey, how you doing? No, bro, it's screw you, bro. I'm about to win this show. You know, that's how I feel right now. I'm going to bring my best. You bring your best. I beat you. You beat me. I shake your hand. I go on to the next one. I see you in the UK. I see you at Pittsburgh. You know, if we need to see each other again in the middle of the season, hey, I'm strapped. My boots are strapped up. I'm ready to go. Like, that's the mindset that I have. Like, I have no room to misplace anything. I can't miss a rep. I can't miss a cardio. I can't miss a meal. For me to beat somebody like Brandon and beat somebody like Ryan or an Ali, I can't miss. So that's my mindset. When you say, do I have a flame? That's saying flame to me is disrespectful because I can't even touch the ground. I'm so hot. Like, I'm mad. I told my wife, I am mad. Like, and when a nice guy get mad, it almost comes off like the Joker. Oh, Mr. Nice Guy is mad. No, bro, you stepped too far. I've done something that I hurt myself. I'm not going to allow you to do that. So I'm not walking on eggshells. I am walking a straight path with my 10 toes down. If anybody get in my way, you got to see me. I don't care who it is. So that's my mindset into 2026 leading into these shows this year. Like, I have no margin for error at all.
Bro, you sound like us taking over the men's physique news world over here, because that's the type of conversations we have when no one's hearing us. We get in that zone too. So we totally relate. Definitely one of us. My question to you is, when you compare, you just mentioned Brandon, and I don't know if you know, you probably do know that Edvon is not doing the Arnold.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's not doing the Arnold Classic. He had to remove himself, but the only competition, I mean, there's some great guys coming up, Dilson, and you've got guys who are have a similar build as you, like Paul Gustave and stuff. I don't know if you've checked him out of France. He's got a bubbly physique similar to yours as well. But you and Brandon really are the forerunners right now to win this thing. What do you need to have versus Brandon? And you see Brandon's updates and everything, but what does E-Man have to come in with in order to take that W?
Being polished. I have to be polished. Like, I know I have everything. I've stood next to him before. We have very similar fronts. Mm-hmm. Like I said, what he beats me on is experience, but that excuse doesn't matter anymore. Like, I've been there too. I've been on the same stages as you too. So therefore, I know exactly what to do. Like, I know he's going to bring his best. I bring my best, I will win. I know for a fact. I bring anything to stage like that Wednesday before the Olympia, I will win. That's my mindset, because I know for a fact. I was there. I've seen it. I've seen what I look like, and I compared the two. I've compared a lot. I've done my homework, and I've seen how some of these guys look on stage, off stage, and all of it. They look freaking phenomenal. But I poured that energy into myself, and I'm not giving them no more than y'all look great. But what I'm bringing, great ain't gonna cut it.
Let's go.
That's my mindset. I mean, me and my friends talk, like, you got to be so delusional that it sounds crazy. Like, going 4-0 this year at the shows that I'm competing at sounds crazy, but I bet you doggone it, I'm gonna do everything that takes to get what I need to get. It's mine. Nobody's won it yet. It's still a race.
Yes.
So that's how I look at it. It's not the person who gets there first. I mean, it's not the person that's better. It's the person that gets there first. If you get there first and you put in all the work that you need to do and you sitting there, it's like, okay, work is done. Give me what's mine. That's the mindset that I have. And I told myself, I said, that's the type of energy that I have to pour into everything that I do. I'm going to be the best at it. I'm going to be the best version of me. And if anybody else have to say something to it, I'm going to give you my rebuttal respectfully on how I feel about it. And then we can go from there. If either you can work with me or you don't. I know what I'm bringing to the table in 2026. It's almost like an investment. Like, I wish I would have bought Bitcoin in 2012 when I was a senior in high school.
We all do. Hey, look, let me ask you this though, just as a follow-up to that question. Do you do anything like any manifestation or vision board or anything like that? Like, how do you use the mind? I mean, clearly you use the motivation and the energy and you direct it very constructively. I mean, Very few people.
Yeah,
But you know the thing?
I know exactly what you mean, and how I go about manifesting things is I already have it. It's already mine. If I speak and walk and carry myself like I already have it, you know, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, I want that Rolls Royce out there, man. You know, that thing looks good. I drive a Rolls Royce. You know, I stay here. I do this. This is mine. I have this much money. It's already mine. So if you speak into, if it's already yours, speaking it into, you already see, people say speak it to it exist. Bro, it's already existing. You see all these people are already out here millionaires. Why aren't you? It's already out here. You say you want to manifest it and bring it your way. Bro, it's here. You just got to go get it. And just like on stage, I know it's a subjective sport and people pick you, but if you fit that criteria 100% and you step on stage that day and you look the best you ever looked, you're gonna win.
Facts. Well, on your level, on the guys on your level, absolutely facts.
You show up 100% better than your last look, you're gonna win.
I love that, man. I love the whole manifestation thing, and you know, myself, Alim, Hart, we're all on the same page. And we see some of the biggest athletes in the world. You know, we see Michael Jordan, Conor McGregor, and they always speak about what they're going to have, not what they wish they had. And if those are people that are at the top of the game, best in the world, manifesting, there's almost a secret to it. And speaking of the secret, like, I don't know if you've read the book. Have you read the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne?
No, I've heard of it, but I've never read it.
So basically, it's a book on manifestation. I know Alim's read it. I've read it. Hart is currently reading it. Hart, have you started that one yet?
Yeah, I have.
What do you reckon?
It's already just 20 pages in, Emmanuel. What you're talking about is that book. The secret really, truly is what you're telling yourself. What are your thoughts on a daily basis? And that's what it's about. It's that mental manifestation and attracting those things into your life. So yeah, keep going, Phil.
Yeah, no. So basically, yeah, I agree. So it's all about what you put out in the universe is what you're going to get back. And, you know, you're living that. We can see it now with what you've been saying just in the last 30 minutes alone, that you're willing to put everything into this. You know, that dog mentality is coming back. That hunger's coming back. You're above the flames. Like, you're ready to go to war. And we know you want to do that because you've got something to claim. And that's redemption for what happened in 2025. So we're number one looking forward to that. But in terms of the redemption, one thing I noticed when I uploaded a reel yesterday was a guy commented about a new coach. Are you working with a new coach now? Moving into this season?
Yeah.
Are you not with Mike anymore?
No, I'm not.
Wow, okay.
How you finding a new coach?
I've been for the last 2 months, I've been working with Will Sage at Precision. So me and him teamed up 2 months ago when we got the ball rolling, man. And it's not me and Mike. We separated mutually because he has bigger and better opportunities. So he wasn't able to.
Bigger than you? You about to be Mr. O?
What do you mean by
hold
that?
on, bro. Bigger than you?
I mean, yeah. But no, from a athlete standpoint, no. But from a production and official side, yes.
Okay.
You know, he's going to that side of things. You know, and I love him for it. You know, I still like, hey man, like, this is great for you. You know, like, you go from it's like going from a football head coach to the owner. You know, that's exactly how it went. He's just on the other side of things now. And 2027, he's going to be judging me, you know?
That's
and
cool.
People say, oh, I mean, that's great. No, it's not. He's going to judge me hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
You know him as a coach. You know what he's going to do.
Yeah, Mike doesn't give you any freebies. That's for sure. That's not his style.
Hey, how are you finding working with the new coach? Is it a big change from what Mike was doing?
Yeah. Completely different world. You know, I like to look at it as a new beginning. You know, when me and Mike first started working together, he was figuring me out. And then me and Mike very first show together, I got second at the Arnold. I thought I should have won, you know. And that's when I met Hart literally a week later in Boston. And that's where how all this stuff started happening between me and we become good friends over time. Seen some up and downs, seen everything, seen him grow, seen him cry, seen him mad, go through breakups, and and then look at him still, he's still sitting here and he's smiling. That's a blessing itself right there. So, but yeah, it's been I just give Hart a little shout out right there.
That's a boy.
But yeah, guys, it's a smooth sailing right now, man. And so right now, Will, my coach, he has a lot of great competitors, and I wanted to come be a part of what he has going on, and everything has been smooth since then. He can actually lock in and focus on it, everything, like Mike had a lot of Olympians, so it was a lot of us. So I couldn't get that one-on-one time, but as respectfully, hey, you want your business to grow. That's what you pray for. And that's why you got into it. So it got really big and scaled really big. So I couldn't get that detailed again, but I understood that. I didn't get upset. I didn't get mad. I knew, I'm like, hey, he got other guys too, so he's really good. That shows you you're a really good coach.
You got Hart all tearing up over there. I'm looking at Hart and he keeps rubbing his eyes. I'm like,
I think I put some chapstick in my eyes. Emmanuel, I've been
your eyes are chaps.
My eyes a little chap. Bro, I don't know how I've been able to hold back the secret of today, but I almost told him, but I didn't, bro, just because I've been holding on because I want you to break it to him. But I'm just going to pull up a photo and boys.
Yeah, he literally is teasing this and we haven't heard squat. So what's going on? Yeah.
You pull up the picture?
Is that a show?
First men's physique pro ever. First men's physique pro ever to do this. That's a show.
Yo, let's go, my guy. Congrats, baby.
Congratulations, man. That's sick.
Where's it going to be at?
Here in Huntsville, Alabama. October 24th.
Hop, skip, and a jump. Oh, I'm there.
Bro, bring the whole Atlanta, bro. Bring the whole Atlanta.
Say less. It's already happening. Say less.
Man, bring the whole Atlanta, bro. I told myself, I said, I don't care. I'm going to have 200 bodies at my first show.
That's fucking
200
sick,
bodies.
man.
And I'm going to have a sold out where people are standing out there trying to get in.
Hey, quick question about that. What are you doing? Just men's physique, or is it going to be multiple divisions?
No, it's an NPC show, so it's all of it. So as an active pro, I can't have a pro inside of my show, like competing, because I'm an active pro. So once I retire, then that's a whole different ball game.
Well, it's going to be great to see these amateurs, these NPC amateurs coming up, scraping and clawing in order to get their way up there and finally earn their ticket. Is the show going to be a national qualifier?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah. So y'all got clients. I need them. I need all your clients.
Can I put my hand up and compete?
Yes. Come on over. I'll even get your hotel room.
Fuck. I want to hold you to that. Now I've got a trip to America. I've got a plan.
Yeah. I'll get your hotel room and we can figure out how to handle the flight later on.
E-Man, I what you told me earlier about having us be a part of the commentary for the men's physique division, bro. I know that could be revolutionary, bro. You don't know how for the longest time I've been trying to comment on some type of show. I mean, I did it a little bit, the Boston Pro and live and whatnot, but since it's your show, bro, if you were to give us that opportunity, just know we wouldn't let you down, bro. We blow the shit out of the water.
Wait, hold on a second. I didn't catch this part. This is new too. Are you saying that the men's physique show commentates your show and blows it out the water?
Yeah, and it's gonna be pay-per-view.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Don't get the gap of height.
October.
Phil is competing. Hart and Alim, y'all gotta commentate it. But you need to go ahead and do your studies on all these other divisions too.
Of course.
You know what? We've got a couple months to do it.
Liz just said y'all gotta learn fit model.
Jeez.
Sick.
Well,
by the way, my wife is a fit model pro.
Okay.
We don't want scrubs. We don't want no scrubs around here.
Yeah, my masseuse is a fit model pro, so I get it.
I know if I jump on stage, Alim's going to give me the harshest critique. I already know.
Oh my gosh, he's going to rip you apart.
He's going to rip into me. Hold your poses.
Look at our boy Avomp over there breathing out of his belly instead of his chest. Look at this.
I know. I'm so excited, man. This is like the biggest news we've had in fucking forever. This is cool as. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, man. And I waited. I waited and waited and waited, and and it kind of just fell in our laps, and we were like, okay, it's gonna be a lot of work, but hey, I'm the first to do it. Let's get it done.
Well, a couple of things. I don't know if Phil could do that show because us commentating without him, I don't know if I feel almost naked.
Phil ain't doing the show. Phil, you commentating, dog.
I'm commentating. That's all right. As long as I'm there, I'm fine.
All right, cool.
And we'll touch bases as it get closer to. And if y'all have somebody, or I'll ask Liz and see if she has anybody, a girl that would sit out there and commentate with y'all on some of the female parts.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome. There's some stuff behind the scenes that we'll talk to you about, or Hart might have already shared with you. But yeah, we're excited for that. How did this all come together, and when's the date?
The 4th. I always talked about it. I didn't think it was going to happen this soon. I always thought about I was going to get one when I finished. And then it just happened, and I was like, and you know what? I told y'all earlier, I said, any opportunity come in front of me, I'm seizing the moment. I'm going to face it. I don't care how hard it is. I'm going to do it. And I was like, okay, we got work to do, a lot of work to do. So we teamed up with Icon Productions, and we're going to get it done in Gilco Productions.
Ooh.
It's going to be so publicized by us, bro. No other show will be as publicized, not even the O, like what we're going to do. You opened up a whole can of whoop ass on the entire division worldwide, because when Hart McGrath, the heartbeat of men's physique, the Australian voice of men's physique, Phil Naselli, and the gaffer, Alim Bolton, start talking about this every single time, people are going to be like, if I'm not there, I don't even know why I'm even walking on the planet Earth right now, because that's the place to be. I need to be in space somewhere. At least there's a justification as to why I'm not at this event. That's how they're going to be thinking about it.
Yeah, man. I want this show to light, like I said, light fire under so many people. Like, if you aren't competing, you need to come see it. Man, it's right before nationals too.
Well, humble.
Is this the only show?
Thanks. Humble thanks.
Yeah.
No,
in Huntsville. What else is in Huntsville?
Bro, this is back in 2023. Huntsville got named the #1 city to live in America.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2024 it was second, and 2025 it was second. So this is a really great place. I mean, it has everything here. Trump came here talking about he renamed it the Rocket City, but it's always been named the Rocket City because we have SpaceX here, we have NASA here, we have the third biggest government base in America here. So this town is flooded with people, and it's growing. It's growing, and it's like it's growing so fast, like they can't even catch up on the roads, and there's people moving here. It's like they were talking about the other day. Every month, it's like 60 new families moving in.
Wow.
You know how, like, at the end of the year, how big that is?
Huge. That's huge.
Crazy. So this will be like there's only 2 shows, I think, in Alabama, right? It would be yours and the Body B1.
They be one, mine, and then they have the state show just came to Huntsville. It's been around for a while, and then the Beach Bash down in
the Beach Bash. Okay,
down in Gulf Shores, Alabama, Orange Beach area.
I always forget that because it doesn't seem like when I think of Alabama, I don't think of that space.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. I mean, that's why I appreciate y'all guys telling me that y'all gonna help promote it, like y'all are, and. It's just low production. Like, nobody promotes their stuff. They wait till like 2-3 months before the show, and then you mad because you only have 30 competitors, and all the tickets aren't sold.
Facts.
You're relying to get paid by the sponsors. No, I want to have people in the seats, and I want to show people a different side of things. A lot of people see me on stage. Now you're gonna see me on stage. Now this is what's mine. Now the stage is mine. But that's the mindset that I have, man. And I don't just want one. I want one in probably every other state.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was my next question. I mean, are we going to stick with just the one show? You're looking at going interstate and doing many more shows?
Yeah, man, possibly. I may want to do one in another big city. So I mean, doing a Hunter Classic in Texas and teaming up with Galvanize, you know, and then going to California and teaming up with people like that, you know, going to different states. That's the ideas. I'm not saying that's right now, but that's just ideas of like what I want to do with this, you know, like after I retire, I want to keep building, you know, and and I looked at how Jay Cutler been doing his stuff. He has one in Washington, California, Texas, Las Vegas, and then the different types of production put his stuff on, you know, and I see how he moves. Like, what better thing to do is like follow Jay Cutler's footstep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we're also teaming up with Memphis Pro. Me and my wife are gonna be 25% promoters for that show as well. So it's starting to grow more.
Wherever we could help and wherever you go, just know that the Men's Physique Show is all in. This is how we roll. I know I speak for the fellas. We talk about this all the time. And to your point earlier, you have to be able to visualize it and see it for it to become reality. You have to tell the universe that that's what you want for it to come into existence. And this is a conversation that we've had. So again, just so honored and so humbled and thankful to have the opportunity to work with you and really promote this show. I promise you, we're going to change the game with the promotion side of this, with how we get down. And I think you see that. I mean, you know, Hart, everyone knows him, Phil, myself, like we are relentless. So it's going to be amazing. And we're creative. So being creative and relentless and executing, I mean, that's what it takes in order to be the best of the best. So, man, so thankful, so much gratitude. And we're going to rock. I got a question though for you. Your wife, how did you two wind up meeting and how does she lock E-Man down, right? Because you live as a bodybuilder, it's a very intense lifestyle, and it's selfish seemingly a lot of times and whatnot. I mean, we got to get those meals in. It's super structured, the sleep, everything. You can't go on certain vacations. I could go on and on and on about the sacrifices that have to be made, but how did you two kind of come together and find that synergy and cultivate that into love and a marriage and what it is now?
I think that like we both had like very similar drives in what we wanted in the bodybuilding world. She's so relentless on like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And she ain't relying on me to provide for that. She's like, I'm going to get this and it's mine. And what I do is having to learn to being in a supporting role. And it was so hard for me to be in a supporting role because it was me as the Olympian and her helping me with meals and making sure I'm getting to sleep and making sure this is taken care of on the back end, you know, and me learning her role while she's doing it. And, you know, and this is going to be like my first real test because she's a pro now, you know, and a pro in a division that haven't even had a pro show yet.
Wait, you turned her pro?
No,
you were coaching her?
No. She's coached under Unchained Physique under Tom.
Oh yeah, Unchained, no doubt.
Yeah,
let's go. Okay,
Tom is Liz's coach.
No doubt, I know Tom. I know the whole crew over there. Yeah,
we all got eyes on her because we feel like she's the next like it, you know, for the female divisions, you know. So you pour into those type of people, you know. So her being who she is and pouring into me as an Olympian, it kind of shook her for a while. I mean, like when we first met, she didn't even know what Olympia was, you know, and everybody around like, you're dating an Olympian. She was like, I'm dating Emmanuel, like, you know, and that made me like, okay, she don't give a damn about what I do. She likes me for who I am, you know, and then that actually turned me more to her and like, okay, she don't care about the accolades. She don't care about this. So I'm going to lock this in and try my best to be the best version of me, even through tough times and the rough times, you know. She stood by my side.
Damn, that's beautiful, bro. I'm so happy for both of you, man. It takes that dichotomy where one is structured a certain way and the other structured another way, and to find the respect, the mutual respect for one another, because you bring strengths that the other one doesn't have. And then the other one starts to pick up those strengths, and those weaknesses become strengths for them, and vice versa. And then y'all are rock solid. Now you move as one, and that's how it is with my wife. She's the same way. We seemingly started off as almost polar opposites, and then a very similar dichotomy transpired where we were able to really merge with one another and understand, okay, I need to be a little bit more patient because I know it's hard to tell, but I'm uber aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can tell. I know. I can tell.
It's true. I know. I don't know.
Isn't your wife a pro?
No, she's not. She's into fitness big time, but
got you.
she's in corporate America. She's big wig out there.
I got you.
She has the same mentality as an athlete, but in the corporate environment, and she works out twice a day. So
ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, she runs and works out and does all that shit every day. So she don't play.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's definitely very, very hard to try to manage. It's not easy. And and I see where she's going in the sport, and it's like, wow. That's the only thing you could really say is like she has an opportunity to be. I don't even like to say like the C-bomb fit model, and because when Classic Physique started, we seen 3-4 potential people that could have been it. And when we saw C-bomb, we were like, okay.
That's it, yeah. Brian, all of that, yeah.
And that's what I see in the fit model with her. I'm looking at it like, okay, y'all gotta compete against her. She shows up, y'all compete against her. And I like to say you can't compare when you can't compete. And it can go either way. You can't compete when you can't be compared. She has it, you don't. You can be 100%, she can be 80%. She still looks better. That's just not me being biased. That's just me knowing the sport on how it is. Yeah, you can grow big legs and big glutes and delts, but does it look good? Does it fit the criteria of what goes on with this physique? No, it don't. This physique flows better, so my eye gravitates to this. Not just because it's my wife. It's just she has everything. It's balanced.
How's the posing?
Oh, phenomenal. I have to find things that's wrong.
That's not a bad problem.
Like, you look great. I can give you great feedback, but it's not. I'm going to keep telling you that you look great. If I see something off, I'm going to let you know. Like, hey, I don't know what you did there. Do it again. No, that's not it.
When can we expect to see Liz on stage? Is she got any shows planned for 2026?
April 18th. She's going to do the Wasatch. We're going to get that big Thor hammer.
Man, you guys have such cool
fun
trophies.
Show. Love that show.
Yeah, and I'm gonna present the men's physique trophy.
What? Alim,
for the Open.
We may have to pop up there. That's not too far from me. That's a great show.
You know what?
I was just getting ready to say we have to be there, bro.
I would need to talk to the promoter and tell her we can commentate the show.
We'll get backstage. That's Robin.
We can. Yeah, we can talk. Yeah, you know Robin. Robin is dope. Hart.
Yeah, I know Robin.
We could do like the backstage stuff for the top 5.
Man, that'd be amazing. Bro. We should line it up. Phil, we're there. Flying back to the States, dog.
How do I get a visa for America?
I got you.
I got you.
How do I get a citizenship?
I got you.
You got
me.
Let
me talk to my guy.
Yeah.
Even
hey Phil, we're just gonna say you're my brother, okay?
I got a guy from Australia that needs a visa, and he's gonna be here for 3 months.
Yeah.
Lock him down.
Send post an email.
He's gonna develop an American accent, and you wouldn't even know.
No, keep the accent, bro. That's the smoothness.
Yeah.
Yeah, between you and Emmanuel. 3 months in the state, I've seen people from Australia go to the States, and all of a sudden they speak like a real American. So if I can hold on to them, I'll be wrapped.
Yeah, man. We just got so much slang over here, man. It's hard to comprehend everything, and it's even worse in the South.
Tell me about it. There's some phrases and stuff that these boys tell me, and I'm like, what?
I don't know what that is.
I have no. But the funny thing is, Aussies have slang too. And I look at these guys when I say it, and I'm like, these guys have no idea what I'm talking about. On to the next sentence.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool. Hart, you got something for him?
No, but I mean, bro, I've been really wondering how you were. I know we haven't talked much since the Olympia. I've been paying attention to what you've been showing on social media, but I just really appreciate you opening up, bro, and just with your story and what happened. We've had a lot of awesome interviews. We've interviewed Terry, we've interviewed Ali Bilal, some big time guys, but this was definitely, for me at least, the most relatable interview that we've had in terms of just someone really going through something that people may be going through, bro. There's a lot of guys we interview, they kind of have pretty smooth sail, you know, for the last few years. And for something
because it's easy to talk about accolades and what you've done and where you're at now. I mean, let's talk about year one. How did year one go?
Mhm.
Right.
Because we know you wasn't number 2 in the world your whole life.
Mhm.
You know, now we're really understanding in who you are
Mhm.
and how you got to where you're at and who you are now. And once we figure that out, we're like, oh, bro, sometimes I have a little bit of sympathy for some of these people. I'm like, you had a rough life. I can't even, I shouldn't even be complaining about what I've been through. Like, you got grazed by bullets by us.
Yeah.
Oh, Ali?
For
Yeah,
real.
Ali Bilal?
By
Yeah.
us. Like, I can understand the anger and the frustration you're going through.
Yeah.
That didn't happen to us, you know? But again, I mean, I salute these guys. Like I told you, this is the last time I'm telling these guys they look great. Y'all look phenomenal, you know, and kudos to all of y'all and everything that y'all done these last couple of years. But hey, my boots are on and I strapped and my jacket is zipped tight and the drawstring is on.
Oh, not the
dude,
drawstring. Let's go.
It's game time, man. It's like I said, it's no Mr. Nice Guy. It's business, shaking hand. Hey, now I got to take your head off.
That's it. It's wartime. It's game time.
It's time, bro.
Hey, Emmanuel, last thing that I have, and I wanted to find out, do you have any kids, or are you looking to have any children?
Not anytime soon.
Okay. Yeah, I see you had to look up real quick and make sure, you ain't good.
No, she be doing something. She be on her phone like, let me do my interview, man.
Hey, well, brother, when I say I just love talking about your physique, because when I look at genetics and someone putting the work into the genetics and not taking them for granted, I think of you, I think of Brandon, right? I think of people who, have been busting their ass in order to get to where they're at, and they understand in their peripheral people who are coming up, and they also understand the road ahead in front of them and where they need to go to achieve greatness. And I remember I was telling my son the other day, he was looking and he was like, man, that guy's got a big back. I said, yeah, that's Emanual Hunter. I said, yeah, he's going to be on the show. He was like, I said, hey, if when he comes over to the house, he was supposed to come up, but we were in Dominican Republic, visiting my wife's family. But I said, when he comes over, man, we're just going to ask him to take the shirt off so we can watch a movie on his back, because that's how wide it is. We can literally watch a damn movie.
Stand there,
get the projector on there.
And he just flexed the back and everything. I'm like, yo, it hits crazy. And then I said that today to one of the commentate. Someone was on IG and they had said something and was like, yeah, E-Man. And I said, yeah, his back is crazy. I said, yo, I literally get the projector, I get the popcorn, and just sit back and watch the movie on his back. So like that's my running mantra with you now. That's my running thing with you now. Like it's
hey,
the movie.
When the last time you watched the movie,
back is what you got.
That's gonna be the inside joke. Hey, when the last time you watched the movie?
That's it.
You want to see one?
Yeah, you want to see a movie?
What movie?
Hey man, I'm gonna ask you one last question as well. Earlier in the interview, you said you're manifesting to go 4-0. Now we know 2 of the shows. I think it's gonna be both the Arnold Classics. What's the other 2 that you're planning on doing?
Pittsburgh and the Olympia.
Boom, 4 big shows.
Yeah,
it's game time, baby.
That's what it's got. That's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take for me to do that, for me to get to where I want to be at, and for me to scale the bodybuilding show that fell into our laps to scale it to the next level. It's gonna take me to win Arnold's and Pittsburghs and shows like that in the Olympia. And then showing my face in bigger places. Doing things like that. That's what's gonna scale me to be the person that I want to be for 2026. So, like I said, in my head, it sounds very delusional. It sounds crazy, and it's hard for me to even say these type things because I've been such a humble person and not talk about it like, hey, I'm going to bring my best and the best man win that day, Not anymore. I can't do that. That's me being lenient to the competition, and because they're not being lenient to me. Yes, I strike fear in a lot of these guys' eyes, but I don't strike fear into these guys that's top 5. I don't. So I got to get back to that. 2022, 2023, 2024, I had people on their toes, scared. Like what show I'm going to do and when I'm going to show up. That's the type of energy times 10 that I'm got to bring to the stage. They don't want to see my name on the list. That's the type of energy that I bring in for 2026. All right, he's doing this, he's doing this, he's doing this. I know my first big 2 test is against Brandon, you know, and then I got to go face all of them again at Pittsburgh. Everybody but Ryan. If that don't light fire under you and get prepared for that, I get to go compete at these 3 shows. And it's like, and I don't know if y'all understand the football. Hey, first round of playoffs, rematch, pre-Olympia. That's Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
You get a true taste of what it's going to be like at the Olympia when we're all trying to fight to be number 1 and bring our best. Pittsburgh will be the show this year where we get to see, okay, who's the next guy for this generation?
Hey, I actually lied. I got part 1 and part 2. One more question. Vitor Chavez was on our show, and we do this. We ask the athlete who's in front of the other athlete who we interview, first, to ask a question to the athlete that's coming up. His question to you was, what do you think of his back? I don't know if you've seen some of the new.
He actually has a really great back. Like, his back is very put together for his physique. Like, he has to have the bubbly, and like, if he comes in like flat, he doesn't look good.
Mm-hmm.
If he comes in bubbly, he beats a guy like me, and like that's how good he is. Like, he's phenomenal. To me, he's one of the elite.
Agreed.
If not one of the best out of Brazil.
Yeah.
Like,
agreed.
He's top, to me, he's top 2 best in Brazil right now.
I like that. And then my next the part B to this is we got Brandon coming on after you. What's your question to Brandon?
My question to Brandon is probably more business than it is on stage. How do you scale what you do whenever you get to a certain level, and how do you maneuver around that? Because I'm not where he's at in the sport. I compete against him and I am compared to him, but whenever you're that good, what do you do and how do you handle it? And I've seen him in a good space. I've seen him in bad places, and I want to know how he got out of those things mentally.
Fire.
That's dope. About that. That's
That
a
was
great
dope.
question.
We're definitely going to ask him.
Phil, anything else?
Nothing from me.
Dude, this was amazing. This is so cool. Wait till you see the content we put out and hype this up and promote this shit. Emmanuel, it's gonna be big.
Man, I try to be as most transparent as possible with you guys and real. Y'all know I don't hide anything. I show my feelings. I show everything. If you ask the question, I am 100% try to do my best to be 100% to ask the question, so you have more to put out.
That's exactly
So
what
it only helps both of us.
Yeah.
Facts.
Real.
Absolutely.
Real. Recognize real.
It does, man. You've been a real one since 2020, my boy. No, hold on. Yeah, 2020 is when I first started talking to you, and then 2022 is when we first met.
Now look at us. Let's go. We'll see you at we'll see you at the Arnold, bro. We'll be in the building.
Man, I'm gonna let y'all know this now. When I come into the Arnold, I'm gonna be acting like I just mad, straight face, shake hands. But I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, I still talk to you. Hey, camera's on. I gotta fake it.
Yeah,
We're gonna have a little something for you for the Arnold anyway. So yeah.
I appreciate it, man. My only request from y'all is 1 donut. I don't know how y'all gonna. I don't know how y'all gonna do that between 3 of y'all. I just need 1.
We'll make it happen, man.
food?
We'll make it happen.
Show me the receipt where that 1 donut is split into 3 payments. That's what I need. I ain't trying to be difficult or anything.
One of us pays
I just
all of
need
us.
that. Huh?
I said we move as one unit. So if one of us pays, we all pay. So that's how we roll.
Yes.
You know how it is when you with your boys like that. It's like it all evens out at the end when we're dead. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We figure it out when it's in another life. So we don't even worry about it. But it was amazing speaking to you, bro.
Man, it's always a good time speaking to you guys, man. And if y'all guys need any updates from me, bro, just ask.
Appreciate you,
Absolutely.
Tom.
Thank you so much.
After we stop.
No
Ladies and
problem at
gentlemen,
all, man.
That was Emmanuel Hunter. 7.5 weeks out of the Arnold Classic. If you're not paying attention to his journey, please do. Please go follow him on Instagram. Stay updated with him. Watch this interview. You get a really in-depth feel of who this man is. You know, it's not just the physique. There's a lot of more deeper stuff that he explained to us today, and it was awesome, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Much love to y'all guys, man.